Hello everyone, and welcome to my review of a film that I've been excited to see since January when it premiered at the Sundance Film Festival. This is my review of Green Room. Now, this is a film from a director that, this is his third movie, the second film that I've seen from him. I still have not seen his first one. I think it's called Murder Party. I don't know where I can actually find that movie, probably online somewhere, streaming somewhere, but if you know, let me know, because I really want to see that film, because I loved Blue Ruin from 2014 and made my top 10, so I was excited because I think this is a great director and just made an amazing film a couple years ago. And just like I said, this guy is just incredible. His name is Jeremy Saulnier, and with Blue Ruin, he is, in my opinion, become one of the best and one of the most important young filmmakers working today. So I had a lot of hope, anticipation, excitement for Green Room. Now, Green Room takes place in the real world, somewhere in the West Coast, like near Washington or Oregon. We get to know this young punk band. They live on the road. They pretty much steal gasoline from other cars to kind of get around, to do their thing, to spread the good word of punk. They find out about this gig deep in the woods somewhere with the skinheads, these white supremacists. They take the gig. It looks like there's going to be some really good money. And something horrible, terrible happens. Will they survive? Will they get out of it? You have to find out and see the film. In the film, we have Antoine Yelchin. He plays the leader of the band. Imogen Poots is one of the female skinheads who kind of resides at this, this bar where all these bands kind of play. We also have Macon Blair, who I'm assuming is a really dear friend of the director, because this is the third time I believe that they've worked together. He was the star of Blue Ruin. He killed it. He was incredible in Blue Ruin. So I was excited to see him in this. But the biggest surprise when it comes to the casting in this movie, actually for me, is Patrick Stewart. Not that I don't believe that he can perform in this film. It's just he's known for, being a great icon in science fiction and comic book movies, and a great theater actor, and it's just so interesting to see him as this skinhead, this in control of all of these men and women. So it was just really, of course he has no problem doing that. He was, the star of Star Trek and X-Men and all these wonderful things forever. So I know he can be in charge of people. It's just to see him do something completely different and quite daring. I love the way the movie looked. It took a little while to actually get into, to care about the characters. I had an idea where it was going because, in the trailer, but I didn't, once it gets down to the nit and gritty, I didn't know who was going to live and who was going to die. That's what really kept me on the edge of my seat. The movie is extremely intense. It might be one of the most intense films, one of the most violent films that I've seen recently. Thankfully, it did get a pretty decent release. It's getting, maybe at least 500 theaters, maybe more. It's pretty strong for a film like this, but I'm glad that A24 is a part of this film. I think A24 is grabbing some of the coolest and most unique films of the last 5 years. So it's great to see them attached to it, and I'm just really happy I finally got to see it. But it was really tough to come out of the theater and come back to the real world that I'm a part of, the normal world that I'm a part of, having gone through this very intense, emotional, crazy experience. It was just hard to come back out in the light and be like, okay, wow, I'm shocked. Just all these emotions going on in my brain. Now, is it a perfect film? I don't know. I think this is just my first initial reaction to the movie. I may love this movie even more. I just don't know if I'm ever going to watch it again. It's not an easy movie to witness. Now, as a film, it's directed and written well. It's acted quite well. For me, the standout performance is Patrick Stewart. He was great in this movie. Top notch. Has he ever been nominated for an Oscar? I don't think he maybe should win, but it would be nice for him to get a nomination at least, because I don't know if he's ever been nominated for an Oscar. I know he's probably been nominated for Tonys and Emmys and stuff like that, but he was so convincing in this movie. I was scared to death. of him, didn't know what he was up to, what he was around. I mean, that's something that I have an issue with this movie, is that I don't know all the motivations from all the characters, like who is in and who is out, in the sense that who really wants to cause harm to these characters and who really doesn't. I mean, there's this conspiracy that's happening, and maybe after I watch it a second or third time, I will fully understand everything that's going on. There's a lot of mystery in this horrific thriller. I like the setting. I like the subject matter. I didn't feel like anybody was really wasted in this movie. Everybody was pretty solid in this film. It's just something that extremely scared me. Maybe because how real it actually felt, how real it was actually handled. It felt like something that I don't know if Hollywood. I'm glad that Hollywood seemed like they really didn't have a lot to do with this movie. I don't know if they would handle this subject in the way that this film is actually handled. I'd like to believe that it would have been handled differently if a Hollywood team was behind it, and maybe they would have made it more safe. But I'm glad it does have that indie vibe to it, and I really appreciate that because it added another level of intensity and realism, and it felt a little surreal as well. So I really enjoyed this film. I think it's a great movie. Maybe not perfect, but pretty damn great. And for that, I'm going to give Green Room, I'm going to give it a solid 3.5 stars out of 4. This is something that's not for everyone, so just be warned. It is a pretty intense movie. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and share this video. And also, please check out these amazing movie websites. And if you enjoyed this review, please click here to subscribe to my channel, and also please check out all my recent reviews right here on YouTube. Have a great day, live film, find peace, happiness, and harmony in anything and everything you do, and I'll talk to you at my next movie review.